I wanted to cover this show because it's so dumb. Like, it's like this show, if it were a dog, it would be like an Irish setter,
Hmm.
just kind of like beautiful and stupid and bumping into stuff. But like, so the show I'm going to talk about is on streaming on Amazon right now. It's Reacher, and this is based on a set of books by Lee Child about a former military investigator, Jack Reacher, who is played by Alan Ritchson. Now, you might be familiar with this character because there was a couple of films starring Tom Cruise as Reacher, which is hilarious because if you see Alan Ritchson is built like the Incredible Hulk in this thing. He is a big guy. He probably over 6 feet tall and probably goes 250, 260. Like he is built like a brick wall. Like he is just huge in this thing. And when you think about Tom Cruise playing that part, you just like and people there was like outcry from fans of the books because all they do is describe how huge this guy is. Like he's this big hulking dude, and then like Tom Cruise comes in.
Sorry, what else has Alan Richardson been in? Because I don't
He's
know.
actually been in a bunch of things. He's been in a bunch of superhero things. He's one of those actors that's paid his dues in supporting roles, and this is the role he was meant for. But it's still dumb. Like it's still like so that we're in season 3. Reacher is this like sort of wanderers character. He doesn't own another set of clothes. He doesn't carry a bag. He takes a bus and just wanders the country. He's sort of a nomad since he's gotten out of the military. He just sort of happens upon these incidents and gets involved in these adventures. And in this particular season, he attempts to thwart a kidnapping, and that brings him in contact with this mysterious, shady businessman who's played by Anthony Michael Hall. He gets into these adventures, and the thing that gets me is he kills so many people, and there's so much like carnage in these things where the guy is just like he's looked at by the show. You can tell the show thinks he's like some sort of hero, but he's just a maniac. Like he's a serial killer who is like, shooting people left and right. And he's like, oh, sorry. Like, no, like he's just not, and it just as cavalier as you like,
Oh my God.
where like at one point he's working with a government agency and he blows up one of their safe houses. Like, yeah, I had to do that. It's just like, just and you're just like, what? This guy would be in jail for so many years. And I thought this is ridiculous until I looked up the author, and the author Lee Child, who's written I guess like a billion of these books. Like it's just a series where I think maybe other people also write the books kind of thing. Like it's been around for a while, and it's one of those it'll go forever kind of thing. But one of the things that I noticed was that Lee Child is actually an Englishman who apparently believe like this is his sort of vision of America, where people can just go around shooting people and assaulting people and
Oh
like
my God.
nothing happens. At one point he like assaults a police officer in the second season, and you're just like, and everybody's like, well, don't do that again. Also, he just insists on being called Reacher. Like it's it's so dumb. It's but if you're looking for any sort of realism, this is not the show. And he's basically like a superhero. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe I didn't see what I think I saw. But at one point, I swear, he just walks up to like a chained fence, grabs the padlock, like the mat, and pulls it off. like like Superman or the Incredible Hulk, just bam, just pulls it right off like it's nothing.
Right.
And it's like, what does this guy have superpowers? Like, did I miss? Was he bitten by a radioactive rhino or something? Like, what is happening? And they just kind of take it for granted. Also, they they weirdly, in my opinion anyway, they weirdly fetishize this guy's body at least once ever or twice or three times every season. He must strip down to his underwear.
And it's not HBO. Well, it's his underwear.
It's just like he's got to be naked at some point. And I mean, if I look like him, I wouldn't even own shirts.
Right. Right.
But at some point, you're just like, why are we doing this now? like does he really have to take all of his clothes to swim the channel to get to the other place? Like he couldn't find a bicycle or something, like it. And the other thing that's crazy is it's wildly successful. Just like it, people love this show and they love this kid, fans of the books. And you'll see, like reviews on IMDb, like, "Oh my God, this show is so dumb," or like, why is this jump in logic? Why are people talking like the dialogue is incredibly tinny? Like it's just like, who talks like this? But I'm going through the third season. I'm like 4 or 5 episodes in, and like you're just like, God, this is dumb. But but it's a total like shut your brain off
Yes,
kind of thing.
that's what I was
It's like,
thinking.
really, did he just kill 2 drug dealers and leave them in the trunk of a car? Like, can he just do that? Like,
Yeah.
at one point, I think he killed a guy with like a stapler or something. Like, he just bash a dude's head in with a paperweight. Like, just marauding around town,
Yeah.
wasting fools. You just kind of wonder, like, okay, so by the final season, he goes to jail forever, right? Like,
Right.
he just
Right.
spends eternity in a
Yeah.
federal prison because, my God, he has
Yeah.
committed so many crimes. But yeah, but there it is. That's the show, and people really like it.
This is the BTRP Media Network.